Hello people. Well, first off, start of the video, you might be thinking Reese has got a bit hairy over lockdown, but no. This is a sort of a trial video really. Something that Reese has come up with for bringing a bit of diversity to the channel. So this is going to be the first video of sort of a guest angler or a Fish Hunter UK takeover video where I'm taking over Reese's channel for a video. The idea sort of behind it to bring a bit more diversity to the channel, as I've said, giving junior anglers, female anglers, older anglers their opportunity to have their little, 5 minutes of fame to what's coming up to very quickly 10,000 subscribers, I believe. As well as that, Reese has got a lot of subscribers all over the UK and even abroad as well. Us being down in the southeast coast of England, we're very limited on species that we can fish for. A lot of our marks are very similar. So opening this sort of video up to people to send Reese their video of their session, it's going to give the subscribers a bit more different things to see. For instance, if you fish a lot of rock marks, we don't necessarily have that around here. There's not many rock marks for us to fish. Different species, congers, we don't really catch them here off the shore. Cod, again, if you're Mersey, Humber, Bristol Channel, you've got cod in front of you, whereas we don't get a run of them at all now really. As well, Scotland, common skate, it is on the list of things to do before I die. So if you're a Scottish angler and you have some common skate marks and wouldn't mind me joining you for a weekend session, in the comments, and Reese will forward me on some contact details of yourself and hopefully organise a trip because it's on the bucket list. Well, anyway, today's sessions for myself, Thornback Ray is the target, flat dogfish, spiky flatfish, whatever you want to call them. The mark is Checkers Pub, in between Deal and Sandwich. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. That's how it is. That's what we're going to go for, and hopefully we'll see a fish. But if we don't, we got out the RSA. Give you a little rundown of bait today. The old cool bag. We've got a selection of the go-to ray baits. Got a couple of packets of sand eels here. Another one there. Herring, bluey, and a box of squids. Now the squids wouldn't normally be a go-to for me as a ray bait, but as a lot of anglers do, they keep their eye on social media and things like that, and I've seen a lot recently being caught on squid as part of a cocktail, not as a standalone bait, but as part of a cocktail. So I thought I'd grab some out of the freezer and bring it down with me just to incorporate into some cocktails, but we'll get through it. We'll keep mixing it up, changing it up, different bits with other bits, and see what happens, see what they fancy. Right, bait and rigs today. Standard stuff, pulley panel. I'm using my new bait mate, have a go with this, to make some nice cocktails. So first one going out is going to be bluey and squid. So I thread that bit of bluey on there. Again, with the channel, with this little guest angler section, we get to see all different baits that we don't necessarily use down here, like you northern lads using carp. It's just something that's not done down here, so it'll be good to see. Oh, lay that bit of squid in there with that. Bind it all together. Slide it off like that. Stick the pennel whip through the top. There we go. Lovely squid and bluey cocktail on a pulley. I'll bring you back, as Reese says, for baiting up the next rig. Right, second rod, same sort of principle, different rig. Pulley dropper on this one, and we're going to bait this one with a herring and bluey cocktail. I've only recently brought this bait mate tool, but it doesn't have to make some really tidy, well presented baits. The cocktails you can make, you can use about 5 different pieces, different varieties of bait. Just lay it all in there and bind it all together. It's really is pretty good. A little bit, well, not as fiddly as not using it, but to lay them two in there together, we will hook him. Bind it all up. There we go. Oh. Slide it off the tool. Stick. I found the backbone there. Stick the kennel through it. Expose the end hook. There we go. Bluey and herring cocktail. Let's get this one out on the dance floor. Right, so that's first chuck, both baits out on the dance floor. Thought I'd give you a little rundown of the hardware I use, rods and reels. Nothing too spectacular. The Ziplex boys won't agree because they'll use nothing but these are my matching pair of Abu IM8 carbon graphites. Obviously I've had them rebuilt, one in red, one in blue, just so I can sort of tell the difference. Well, just a bit tarty really. Gets a bit more tarty the further you go down. One red rod, one blue rod. I had to go and buy the red and blue Abu to match. I mean, call me tarty, but it sort of had to be done. I purchased the first one when I was 13 years old, my first ever what you'd call proper beach caster. Second hand, off of a friend, done me absolutely blinding. It's caught me all my fish. I have tried other rods since, but I always go back to it. It's just, for me, it does exactly what I want it to do. All-round rod. I can use it for hound fishing, I can use it for bass fishing, I even take it into the occasional match, and it does absolutely fine. They've both got glass tips. I've had them all rebuilt. The second rod I actually purchased off of Reese. I was looking for a second to have a matching pair, and he put it up on Facebook for sale for all of £20, and I absolutely snapped his hand off. It was in standard Reese condition, had eyes missing. The eyes that were on it were held on with duct tape, but I knew as a blank it was exactly what I was looking for, and it's a lovely rod to use. So I ran up to him, grabbed it, rebuilt it, and used it ever since. But yeah, that's what I'm using. In a bit. Right, people, I'm doing my absolute best to bring you a fish. That might look like a lovely bait that I've just made ready to go out there, but that's what I've just reeled in. And it was out there for about half hour, 40 minutes, untouched. But it can all change. I have faith, and we'll keep plugging away and see if I can bring you a fish to look at in a bit. It's not target species, but it's a tiny little bass, and a greedy one at that. We'll get this one back, keep plugging away, see if we can find a ray out there. But a February bass, there you go. Well, unfortunately, no more fish to bring you at the minute. We are about an hour before high water, so the tide should start slackening off now if it hasn't already. We'll fish through the slack, wait for the tide to turn the other way, give it a couple more hours, see if it changes our luck. Obviously with the tidal run that was there, the fish weren't, and we'll see if the slack water changes events. Hopefully we'll have a fish to show you. Not really what you want to see, but with slack water the dogs have moved in. All we can hope is that something a bit bigger and better follows them.
Yeah.
That was a definite ray bite. Almost took the rod off the tripod, pulled right round. We don't drop it. Coming in a bit too easy for my liking, really. Oh no, there he is. It's been a while since I've had my rod arch over in the tripod like that. You get the rod?
Yeah.
I don't think it's massive. And I don't want to count the chickens till they're at, but I hooked one. There's the leader. There we go. Stop that there. There we have it. Ray on the beach. Let's have a little look. I can't remember what we called it on. There it is. Straight in the mouth. That is bluey and herring. Let's get it up and have a little look. There it is, people. That's what we came here for. Thornback ray. This is as his class was there. It's a little male. I've just put it on the scales. Just shy of £6. So by far a definitely not a big one, but beautiful nonetheless. The markings on it. We'll grab a couple of pictures and slide him back on his way. Wicked. Right, get him back in the water. We'll sit there chilling, get his breath back, and he'll be on his way. He says, you might need some help. goes on his way. Right, people, that is my session done. All walked back to the van, loaded up, ready to go. Thanks for joining me on my day session. Hope you enjoyed watching. Obviously, if like me, you're a keen angler, but you don't really have the time to put in enough sessions to warrant having your own YouTube channel, you're not going to be able to keep up good regular content, then this is your time. Get yourself featured on Fish Hunter UK's YouTube channel, and show everyone what you're about. Hopefully you enjoyed watching me today / this evening. I was, a bit disheartened halfway through the session. I thought, I'm not going to bring you what I promised, but perseverance and plodding through, kept fishing, fished my little heart out, and alright, it wasn't a monster, but I managed to bring you target species, which was the thornback ray. It was really good of you to join me, but what we want to see now is a session with you. So message Reese if you fancy featuring on his YouTube channel. All you got to do, you know what, I've never made a YouTube video before in my life, and I've thoroughly enjoyed today's session, making this video. Something different, really fun. We'll definitely do it again. I'm sure you'll catch me featured at a later date on Reese's channel. I'm not going to bore you with seeing me all the time. We already get bored enough seeing Reese. So, but yeah, it'd be good to see some different approaches to angling: kayak fishing, rock fishing, boat fishing, and yeah. Would love to see it all. Right, it's been an absolute pleasure for you to join me. Oh, light's gone out. There we go. Yeah, absolute pleasure for you to join me, and I'll see you on the next one. Big love, people.